Alright, so let's talk about the history of Dragon Souls. Where was he born? Well, exactly, you're not going to get the location of where I was born, but I can do this even better. Um, this is where I was born, in at back in 1979. Um, I was born here, in this place here. Now you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, there's nothing there. Exactly. Um, Allow me to explain. Okay. Back when I was first born, um, my my um, my dad built a house from the ground up, and my mom told him not to build put a chimney into the house because they had no idea and they didn't know anything about a chimney. If you're supposed to keep it clean or what. And my dad, as he is, uh, he wasn't so very bright, and so therefore he did. And and when I was a baby, when we were living in that house. I don't know very much about the place. I wasn't a little kid where I could actually go out, run around, play with my brothers and sister or anything like that. I was just I was a little kid at the time, a little baby. And yeah, long story short, I my mom didn't have a vehicle. She was on foot, and she had like a little it looked like a little box thing. I forgot what they call it, but a little, I call it a box, where you can take your groceries and stuff like that. A little wagon, as you call it, a little wagon. She took it and got all three of us kids in it, and we went into town. My dad wasn't hardly at home because he was at work almost all the time. He was a hard working man, and I mean a damn hard working man. My dad used to work at a place called Dr. Pepper Plant, and he was working there with my cousin. Won't say his real name, and they were working their asses off there. My dad never took breaks, never took a vacation or anything. He was working almost every day, and so my mom took us kids to the store to get some things done. Come back and then come back home. We was right next to my mom was holding me in her arms, and my brother and my sister was standing next to my mom and my dad. And when we came back home, the whole house was on fire, burnt to the ground, and we had the fire department come out here and to see what happened and what caused the fire. They went and told my mom and my dad what caused the fire. It was the chimney that caught the place on fire. Apparently, my dad never cleaned the chimney, and therefore it caught the whole place on fire. And we lost everything. We lost our birth certificate. We lost our pictures. We lost everything in that home. And that is where my dad went nuts. That's where my dad goes crazy and loses his mind, because one, when he lost the house, he would never cry. He would never let his emotions come out. He would never unleash his emotions. He was always working. And that drove him out of his mind. And that's something that and that's why they always say, if you need to cry and need to let your emotions out, let it out. Don't never hold it in. It always a bad thing to do. Um, My dad thought, even though us kids was right next to my mom and dad, uh, my dad thought we he lost when he lost everything in the, including the house. He thought we was dead as well. He thought us kids was burnt alive in the house, and he lost us. And and knowing we was right next to my dad, and yeah, so therefore, that's all I remember is that the house we were living in there. It was a beautiful house, and I was living. I was in there. I was in there before, way before that all that tragedy happened and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's all I can tell you about that place. Alright, so after my parents' place burnt down to the ground, this is the place where we moved into. This is the neighborhood that we lived into back when I was a kid. I grew up in this area and this neighborhood, and well, let me just tell you right now about this neighborhood, okay? This neighborhood, it was okay. It was a good. For from time to time, it could be a hassle. It could be a nightmare. I've always had nightmares when I slept at night, and let me just tell you, it wasn't very good nightmares. We had good friends. We have best friends in this neighborhood before. Despite that, um, my dad lost his mind, and we and the place that we lived in was way better looking than it does now. My the place that we were living in this area in this neighborhood. It was a beautiful place. My mom and dad owned it. They bought it, and they was paying the mortgage on it, which went through the roof. Eventually. Now you might be saying, "Oh my God, you lived in this area. You must be a rich motherfucker." I wish. Unlike every other kid, unlike every other kid at my age when I was a kid, um, I had it made. Okay, I had it made. I had my parents. They made sure that we had everything that we needed: clothes, video games, movies. They we was living the dream. It was a good life. We had a great time. We had our ups and we had our downs with the neighbors. Uh, one of the neighbors was always pick on us, bullied us, and and always at night time always harassed us, took pictures, go to our window, take pictures of us, trying to send them to the cops to get us arrested, which they could have gotten arrested for doing that. And they also put a bag of you know what onto and set it on fire on our porch. One night we caught them. My dad caught them and caught doing it, and we could have gotten them for that as well. Uh, they would sometimes one day it would be a nightmare. The neighbors would be assholes, and the next day they would be good people. It would go back and forth. We had. I will say the people that was our good friends, but I will not say their last names. Okay, and also their families. I won't say that either, but I will say the people we hung out with, was best friends with, and still are, still this day. is Josh. Um, Josh and his parents, damn good people. Christina and her parents, damn good people. Lisa, damn good person, and she's kind of like a sister to us. We was born, we was good friends with them, with all them people, you know, and even there was even people, old people that lived down the street from us. When me and my brother and my sister would go to them to visit with them, hang out with them for a little bit, you know, to have conversations. They would give us candies, cookies. A guy that would come to our house to, you know, sit here, borrow my dad's tools, or want to use the phone. Funny thing is, but that my dad got tired of him wanting to use the phone, so he get back in them days. Uh, a payphone would only be like 10 cents. My dad would get and give him 10 cents and tell him to get the hell out of here, go use the payphone and get the fuck out of my house. You're not coming back over here again. You're not using my damn phone anymore. And then one day he would want to use my dad's tools, which he never brings back. So my dad went off on him on that and told him, "Well, where the hell's my tools at? Where the tools you borrowed? You never brought them back. Get the fuck out of my yard. Don't never come back. You're not borrowing none of my tools. So fuck off." You know, my dad was always like that, and he's a sweet man, but you never want to piss him off. You know, but yeah, we had to move. Eventually, we had to move out, and people like Josh, you know, as far as I know, Christina's family, they were still living in the area, you know. But there's some people that were still living there in the area at that time, you know, and people like me, like my family had to move out because we couldn't afford our parents couldn't afford a mortgage anymore, because the mortgage kept jumping up, you know, and rising up higher and higher, and they couldn't afford it anymore. Now my parents, when we grew up, they always bought us Nintendo. They bought us Super Nintendo. They bought us swing sets. They would buy us all kinds of stuff. We would have Christmas morning there. I mean, it was a kind of life that a child would definitely love. You know, our parents was that great of a parents. You know, I had we and my and despite my mom being as she is now, we're all grown up now, but it was a good life. Okay, we did, our parents was great to us, and I couldn't ask for better parents. Alright, now you might be wondering to yourself, now why are you showing us to us for, and what is this place about? Well, everyone, you're going to be kind of confused about what I'm about to say. As I was a kid back in 1979. When we was all grown, when we was full grown up, and we were living over there in that neighborhood that last showed you in that picture. Me and my brother, back in those days, we would take it was not you didn't have to have a fishing license back in those days, you know. This ditch, yes, I'm about to say it. This ditch used to be called an 8 Mile Creek. Now you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, the water looks pure. The water looks clear and beautiful. Yes, back in now, you can go fishing there and catch whatever fish you want, and like whatever fish is in there, like catfish or whatever, you know, and take it home and clean it and eat it. You can definitely do that now. Back when I was a kid, They used to call this place an 8 Mile Creek ditch. The reason why it was like, and that's why it was called that for, it was because because of the sewers that from the street underneath the street. That's right, the sewers from underneath the street would lead into the 8 Mile Creek ditch. Would make it sick for you to if you go up and catch any catfish, any fish at all in the 8 Mile ditch. You would get poisoned. You would if you ate too much, you probably would get sick or you would probably die. We had some people who actually fished in this place and actually caught the fish and actually ate some of the fish and they got sick over it. Um, Me and my brother, we would waste so much money going fishing and down here in the 8 Mile, and we would fish all the time, waste money doing that, and all that great stuff. Had a ball doing it. Unfortunately, but the thing is, did we ever, when we catch the fish, did we ever take it home and clean it and cook it and eat it? Hell no. We would never do something like that. We would always sit here and take the fish. Doesn't matter if it's a, what kind of fish it is, especially if it's a catfish. We would take that fish and we would release it and let it go, let it go, and then we would fish some more and keep doing it all day long. We would do that every day. Me and my brother, we would come in here in this ditch all the time. Growing up, even when we was teenagers, we would still do that. And we eventually grew out of it, and we never went and done that anymore. But my good friend Danny, which is the Red Nation Roberts' dad, always came down here and fished, and came down here to the ditch and was fishing for fish. And I told him, I said, uh, "Don't you know that that's an 8 Mile ditch? You can't eat them fish." And he told me, "Yes, you can." And he said, "You can now. They fixed it to where the sewers would not go into the 8 Mile anymore. To where now you can actually go. They fixed it to where it doesn't do that anymore, and now they totally fixed it. It's clean. It's clean. It's a clean dish now. You can actually go in there and fish in there if you want to. But nowadays, at these time of the days, if you want to go fishing in these places, you would have to have a fishing license. Because if the cops catch you fishing there, they would give you a big fine for that. And by the way, I don't fish anymore. But if I ever and get if someone like the Red Nation Roberts would want me to go fishing, I'd be more than happy to do that. And me and her would actually do some video recording of our road trips, and we would actually go up and I would do some video recording of us two going out fishing and having a great time. If y'all would like to see that, that is. Hello everyone, Dragon Souls here. Welcome to the new channel update of July 2020. Um, I'm gonna. What have I been up to all of June? Well, we're about to get to that. First of all, I sit here and I watched a new movie on the Xbox Series S. Actually, a couple of movies, that is. One of them was Spider-Man No Way Home. I had watched it, did a movie review for it, so if you had not checked it out yet, because probably YouTube is probably hiding the damn thing, so if you hadn't checked it out yet, please go and do that, okay? And leave your comments on these on them videos, on my movie review videos. Let me know what you think about them, okay? The second movie was Venom, Let There Be Carnage. That's also live on my channel. Then I did the Batman movie. What are my thoughts about that movie? Check it out on my channel. Check it out on my channel. There are all the movie reviews are live on my channel now. So if you haven't checked them out yet, please do that. All right. So with that said, first of all, I want to give a massive shout out to, and I've been doing it all of June, and you're gonna hear me keep saying this, for until August 20th. Okay. I want to give a massive shout out to Daryl Lumpkins for the 3-month Xbox Game Pass. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be playing these games. I'm got it down the list. I've been playing all June. Okay, and this is this is just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, we got um, what's coming next month. What games is coming up next month? You'll have to find out in a channel update. Okay, I mean, excuse me, on the gaming update. um. So I did a full gameplay, and by the way, I was actually doing remote play throughout entire of this month of June, due to I did a voting poll on my channel and asking everybody would love for me to come back to live streaming on YouTube again using the OBS with on my Xbox Series S, and everybody voted for yes. They wanted me to come back. I even had one of my longtime subscribers, Pixel Solution, just telling me get your ass back on YouTube, with laughing on it. So yeah, everybody was wanting me to come back to live streaming on YouTube with the even though I'm playing my games on the Xbox Series S and not on the PS4 anymore. I am so done with it. And we will get to that, and we will get to everything here in a few minutes. Okay. So with that said, I've been using remote play, and by the way, remote play, it's okay, it's great, it's okay for beginners, but it's not that great at all. I've been having most of issues and frustrations with it. I played some kind of game called I'm gonna. Might as well say it's a samurai game. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a samurai game to where it's kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, games like that. It's basically you're taking a sword and killing enemies, and it's pretty damn good, really damn good. I enjoyed it. I did a full gameplay of it, so check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I got done. Now what I'm about to say about Elden Ring. I played Elden Ring, and I fully I did 100% completion on the PS4, and trophies and all. And I've beaten this game 3 times. Elden Ring 3 times. I beat it 2 times on the PS4 Slim and the Xbox Series S. And if you haven't checked it out yet on my channel, put a full gameplay of it. Go check it out. Unfortunately, with Elden Ring, I had to live stream it on Twitch and fix it up and upload it to my channel because unfortunately I kept trying multiple times using the OBS and remote play and to play the game live stream Elden Ring on YouTube. It would not allow me to do it. I even got video clips of me trying it and showing you how it works. So if you haven't checked it out yet, do that. Okay. Um, so I have played and did a full gameplay of one whole for so many, I think almost 4 hours long, of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Okay, now here's the thing is, um, that is a one hell of a long ass game, and way different from what I used to play when I was a kid. Okay, fortunately, um, at the end of it, on my outro, that is, I have um, the the music playing in the background on it. Okay, and right now I am having a fit right now. YouTube is giving me all kinds of hell over that because apparently they're giving me a copyright claim for it, and I'm trying to clear it up to where it's in private so y'all can't see it yet. And it's getting, and so I'm trying to get it cleared up. And I don't want to sit here and download it into my computer, fix it myself, and then all of a sudden re-upload it again. I mean, it's a bitch to do. But if YouTube keeps it up, I'm gonna have to do it. Um, so with that said, I enjoyed the hell out of that game. I really did. But I won't be playing that game anymore though. Um, the next game I was trying to do. Now Daryl Lumpkins, there's a few games that Daryl Lumpkins was wanting me to do a full gameplay of. Okay. By the way, he is one of my longtime subscribers and mods as well. Okay. The next one he would want me to do is Mortal Kombat 11. I had no problem on doing that, but when I tried to do it for at least 2.5 hours, I couldn't get the story mode and working at all because I didn't buy the game for Xbox and or anything. It was free for game. It was free for Xbox Game Pass, and therefore it says unavailable. Won't even let you play the story mode whatsoever. So I gave the fuck up. I said fuck that. I give up. I'm not doing it no more. So I talked to him. I talked to Daryl, and he said, well, whatever game that you want to play, go ahead and do that, you know. So I sit here thinking, well, there's 2 games I haven't played yet, and I've already did part 1, Ninja Gaiden 1. I bought it. I bought it digital on the PS4 years ago. I think last year. And I never went back to it because I beat part 1, but I wanted, but I was so frustrated with it. I was so pissed at it, you know, how hard it was, you know. And everybody told me to take a break, take a breather, and play something else and come back to that game later, which I did. Never went back to the end until I got the Xbox Series S, and then I found out that for Xbox Game Pass, they have the Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 on Xbox Game Pass. So I said, you know what? I talked to Daryl Lumpkins about it. I told him, I said, I'm going to go ahead and play these games because they're lurking around. They're on my shoulders, and I need to get it done. And he said, go for it. And I said, even though you didn't buy this for me, I'm the one who bought it a long time ago before I got my sponsorship. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put your name on the title just for your shout out because you, after all, you did give me that Xbox Game Pass for 3 months. He just, and fair enough, go ahead and do it. I don't mind it. So that's what I did. I did a full gameplay and also did reviews for Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, and 3. If you ain't checked them out yet, please do that. And let me know what you think about the whole entire gameplay, okay? Take your time with it. You ain't gotta be in a hurry. They're not going anywhere, okay? Uh, so, have you seen the beginning of this video? The pictures of my sister, my niece, me, my brother, my mom, and her husband, and my sister's new boyfriend. I won't go into a lot of details about what happened. You know, you thought she was married and this and that. You know, well, that part of her being married and all, I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna go into a lot of details about that because that's between her, that's her. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all or anything like that. Okay. So, and I'm totally staying out of that as well. Okay. Um, but yeah, she came down here early this year, you know, and introduced me to her boyfriend and told me about the situation that was going on between her and her husband and this thing, you know. And we gave each other a hug, you know, and she told me she was going to come back down here to see us again in a couple of months. So this month in June has to be one of them months that she decided to come on down here. My mom got a hold of me, told me she's gonna come down here. She'll be down here the next day, you know. And I said okay. And I said, which was on a Sunday. So I said okay, I said no problem. And so she did. She came down here and she took her daughter. She took her and her daughter and her boyfriend to the Memphis Zoo to go down there for a little bit, you know, and then come down here. She came down here and visit with me. We went to my mom's house and because my brother was there, and I decided to go ahead and it was 100 and something degrees out there. It was fucking brutal out there that day. But we went out there, talked to my sister, you know, we had a great time. We was talking about Elvis's home, you know. My sister was asking my mom, is she still into Elvis Presley? And my mom said, yes, she is still heavily, even though my dad was heavily into Elvis Presley. I didn't know that my mom was still heavily into Elvis Presley, but apparently she is and always have been. She's always have been heavily into Elvis Presley ever since I was ever since I was born. You know, and apparently she still is. She hasn't given up. She still she even though Elvis Presley is gone, dead and gone. He's been gone for years, you know, but she still loves his music. You know, she loves. She even took us to Graceland. I've been to Graceland once. My mom's been there multiple times. You know, my brothers, me and my brother's been there once. All that good stuff. You know. But yeah, it was damn good to see my sister again, and especially my niece. And I can't really call her my little niece anymore because she's I think like 13, 14 years old, somewhere around there. So I can't really call her that anymore, which is all good, you know. So yeah, All of June, I had a hell of a fun time this month. I really did. Um, I did a little bit of testing stream of um, Life is Strange True Colors. I've never played it by game before. I've seen people play it, and I've always wanted to play it, but I never got a chance to until now. Um, I am getting the El Gato. Um, I'm really tired of trying to live stream on YouTube with the remote play, you know. And if you've seen my gameplay on stream, you can tell how frustrating it was to do it, struggling, um, especially with the cutscenes. It screws up, and I have to sit here and redo the whole thing again, It's so frustrating. It so pisses me off. Sometimes it'll freeze my whole goddamn computer, and all that shit. I mean, just crazy. Uh, so I talked to my sponsorship, and they told me that they've been watching my live streams. They said it's time that we are gonna that they and they said they're gonna already did it. They've already ordered me an Elgato and something else to go with it, and they didn't say what, but they said that it's on its way to me, and I will be receiving it within a couple of weeks. They didn't say when I'm supposed to be receiving it yet, so yeah. Um, so the problem is now I was live streaming for 2.5 hours tonight, or that night of um of that night, the Tuesday night. Life is Strange True Colors, the testing the remote play, and yes, it did crash on me, and all, and then it came back, uh, when I it was and during the cussing, it wasn't doing nothing like that, just like normally, So I played it, I had over 20. And I cannot believe I'm actually saying this. I had over 20 people watching my live stream. And yes, everyone, I have fixed it that when I'm using if I'm using the Elgato, when I do use the Elgato and I use the OBS, if you subscribe to my channel, people haven't tested this out yet. I don't know why they haven't tested it out yet, but if you subscribe to my channel, you will get a pop-up notice somewhere right up in here on the screen somewhere. And it should be right up in here, saying live on stream, that is, with your name popping up saying this certain person subscribed to your channel. That will be your shout out. So far, nobody haven't even done it yet. Why? I don't know. Why why haven't they done it to test it out? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to reach 700 subscribers before August if we can, but I don't know about that right now. I mean, it's up in the air. Um, People have been wanting me to live. Only do I will say this right now. The only reason why I came back to live streaming on YouTube is because I was thinking maybe if I sit here and live stream on YouTube again with my Xbox Series S, maybe it'll convince newer people to excuse me. It'll convince new people to subscribe to my channel. I've been doing this for at least for 1 whole month. Yeah, actually it was for 1 whole month of June, ever since June, and I'm not getting nowhere. Feels like I'm wasting my time to live stream over here on YouTube, and hopefully it'll convince new people who are watching my live streams on YouTube. Will convince them to sit here and subscribe to my channel so we can hit that 700 subscribers. We right now we have 690 subscribers. And in fact, let me do this here. I did a voting poll, and I'm gonna look at the voting poll. We got two different voting polls. Um, so the first voting poll is one person give it a like, which I think for that. We had 3 people voted uh, on if I do get Dragon's Dogma 2, would y'all watch it, with 2 question marks? And 3 people have said hell yeah. So that's 100%. So we're gonna get rid of that. And yeah, and a huge shout out to everyone who did their did down there. Um, the second poll, we only got 1 like. We have 4 comments on there, and before I delete this here, I will we'll go in the comments below and of that video, and so I can tell y'all who left their comments on this video. But there was 4 people who voted. Okay, so I've been live streaming on YouTube since using the OBS with the Xbox Series S. Do y'all like it? Like it, with 2 question marks. The first one with webcam mic. Second, with headset mic. Number 3, keep it like it is. Well, the first one is 25% can with webcam mic, 25% with headset mic, 50%. Keep it like it is, 25%. So in a way, we kind of have a tie between the webcam mic and keep it like it is. So the winner of the voting of this second voting poll is with headset mic. Unfortunately, that's what the sponsorship is sending me right now. They're sending they ordered the Elgato along with the thing to help me fix it to where I can actually have my headphones hooked up to my controller, and that way y'all can hear me with my headphone with my mic with my headphones, instead of having my headphones hooked up to the computer like I'm doing right now. So that's pretty damn cool. So that said, let me see if I can click on here. Okay, so here is the people's shout out. Pixel Solution just made my vote, pal. Thank you very much, Pixel. Thank you so very much for that. And here's a person. I have heard of this person before. I won't say who he is or anything, but I will definitely give him a shout out and say his name. Chill Murray 7. So to Chill Murray, I've been watching his gameplay. Not gameplay, but excuse me. I have seen his videos on YouTube. He's an awesome guy. He's better. He's way. I mean, he's really good. He's just like that guy, Pastor guy on YouTube. They make great videos. They're great people. You know, they don't beg for money or anything like that. But yeah, they are. All I can say is they're great people. And so Chill Murray 7. thank you. But a huge shout out to you and Pixel Solution and to the two other people who did your voting. Thank you for that, bud, and I really appreciate it. Um, and I'm gonna actually say I don't care. And some people may call him a detractor or whatever. I don't care what he is. To me, he's a great person. I've seen his videos. He's an awesome dude. So I don't have any problems with him at all. And basically what he said here, and basically I'm gonna read it to you what he said. He said, Chill Murray 7 said, voted generally, I can't even pronounce that like the first name, so I do apologize. Generally, your headset will have better audio. I 100% agree on that. I 100% agree with that. Yes, because I've already hooked up when I was trying to play the game, trying to do some trailers for y'all for my gaming update. I had my headphones on to listen in. I had to turn my headphones down, to be honest with you. I almost blew my eardrums out. That's how really fucking good it sounds. So huge shout out to y'all for that, for doing y'all's voting. We have another one. We have something, well, kind of like a voting poll, but it's still gonna stay up on my channel. And this is what I've been trying to get at. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here and say this right now. We got 2 likes on this in here saying if we hit 700 subscribers before August, I will go back to PS4. And it's true because I already have some games on there that I need to complete. I need to do a full gameplay of. Okay. One of them is Godfall. No, excuse me. One of them is God of War with his son. I have all Uncharted games I need to get to and beat. Uncharted 2, 3, 4, and The Lost Legacy. And also, I think that's about it, And yeah, so that's gonna stay. Where won't be deleting that. That's in my channel, and that's gonna stay there. Yeah. But other than that, we still have 609 subscribers. We need 10 more subscribers, everyone. So if y'all would like, so yeah, that's all I can say about that. I'm not gonna go any further because I got a video talking more about that. Okay. So with that said, everyone, with that said, I have a new someone just challenged me today. Okay, everyone. And I'm gonna tell you who it is. My good friend Daryl Lumpkins. He's also a longtime subscriber of mine. Daryl Lumpkins just challenged me to this.
Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Says I just whipped your ass.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Dragon Souls says so. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold. Life and death. And of course, light and dark.
My feet are here firmly planted. I am a lord, and this is my throne.
You'll face death, and it won't be pretty. Enough death to leave you broken, time after time.
Could this be what draws me to this strangely enticing darkness?
You remain among the accursed.
Yeah.